but I am going to give you a brief presentation on some issues associated with the Project 63, some options, and hopefully get some direction from you on where we need to go. I'm going to start with one of the issues, which you heard a moment ago, the language in the bond ballot and some of the promotional materials that were presented to voters before the bond election. And this is the actual ballot language. This was on the ballot that every resident who showed up and cast a ballot read. And you can see highlighted, maybe you can see it's small print, I apologize for that, but the highlighted portion in yellow, public parking facilities and improvements. This is question 2. This is the question that included this project. That's all it said, public parking facilities and improvements. That was in the actual bond ballot language. Before the election, we prepared fact sheets. These are the fact sheets that we used when we went out for a pretty aggressive round of public outreach, open houses to show the different projects to voters, to get feedback from voters on what projects they wanted to have on the bond election. It's the same fact sheets that we had on the website as the election, during the run-up to the election, so people wanted to inform themselves about what the projects entailed. This slide, again, look at the highlighted information, project summary, build parking structures. It doesn't say a specific location, it says build parking structures. In the lower right, project location, the project will build parking in Old Town Scottsdale at locations to be determined. It did not specify locations, at locations to be determined. We did not know at that point in time where the optimal place would be to put this parking. This is the bottom half of the project fact sheet. And you can see the bullets in the middle of the page are the bullets that Mr. Pedgman alluded to. Construction of a parking structure at the surface parking lot on First Avenue between Marshall Way and Scottsdale Road. You can see the other two. These are 3 specific locations, and they're under the heading alternatives being considered include. It doesn't say it's exclusive. It doesn't say these are the only alternatives. It says they include these 3 locations. This is the loophole. It's pretty clearly stated right underneath those 3 alternatives. The city will continue to explore locations to provide additional parking throughout Old Town. There's nowhere on here that restricts it to a particular part of Old Town or particular location. This was a study that was done in 2015. The focus at the time was the northeast quadrant, and you can see, I thought I had a mouse here that I could point out the Zone 2 and Zone 5 are the 2 areas in the upper right, the northeast portion of the Old Town area. Zone 2 and Zone 5 were the focus. This was where there was a perceived, not a perceived, a real shortage as the study bore out. And what the study did was 2 things. It looked at inventory in each of 9 different zones that you see listed up here. It took stock of how many public spots, how many private spots, and with the public spots, how many were off-street, how many were on-street. And you can see those totals for each of these 9 different zones. That's one thing that it did. The second thing it did was looked at utilization, but it only looked at utilization in the northeast quadrant because that was the big issue at the time. And then this is the same chart with the 3 yellow stars showing the locations of the 3 alternatives that I'm going to go through quickly now. Going forward, you know, I don't want to constrain you, but just to put a little bit of structure on this, here's 2 options for how we can approach this with the money that we have. The difference between option 1 and option 2, these are both options that provide parking in 2 different locations. They provide a garage in the northeast quadrant. They provide additions to the garage in the southwest quadrant, actually the southeast quadrant, the first and second, or first and brown. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions or entertain any direction.